Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining us. We've got a perfect day for baseball. It's the Wolverines going up against the Reds. First pitch coming at you right after the break. So just about set now. And today's starter, Thomas Harrington. But, Chris, he hasn't exactly been stellar here on his home mound.
Well, I'll say this. Every player wants to perform well at their home ballpark, in front of their fans, in front of the city. And you know this guy no different. He wants to be more effective here. So, you look at the numbers. They haven't been great at home. I'm sure he wants to turn that around, and we'll see if he's able to start that in this one.
Leading off, Joe Getz. Getz with an uncharacteristic stretch of poor play lately. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball.
Even superstars have their slumps from time to time, Boog, and he's no exception. He's too good to struggle much longer, though. I'd expect him to turn it around soon.
Got him swinging.
I think he might have gotten away with one right there. That was a very hittable pitch right over the heart of the plate, and I know that batter is kicking himself right now. Would like to get that pitch again. Just pulled the string on it, and the deception gets him the K.
Comes up empty. That's strike two.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And that one a little below the knees. And that's ball 2.
Really close pitch down around the knees there, and you could see him asking where it missed. Probably doesn't agree, but it appears he's ready to move on to the next pitch.
Swing and a ground ball. Tosses to first. 2 up, 2 down. Okay, let's check out the lineup. And one of the most exciting young stars in the sport, Joe Getz.
Boog, this is one of those guys you want at the plate in those big game-defining moments. I mean, he's such a consistent hitter. You got to love watching him in those situations, and hopefully we'll get a chance to see that in this one.
Now the left fielder. Two down, nobody on. Foul ball there. Hard hit left side. On to first, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. On to the bottom of the first. No score. Back in Minnesota. And towing the slab in this one, Thomas White. Chris, he's got the ability to take control of a game when he's out there.
Well, incredible mound presence, and he's going to attack hitters. You look at that strikeout per 9 ratio over 10 coming into this start. So he's a pitcher that wants the ball. He's aggressive. He knows that he can get the swing and miss, especially when he needs it most. We'll see how effective he is in this one.
Swing and a miss as he was out front.
See if he can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading to count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you can get hurt.
The 1-2. Up the middle. To first. 1 up, 1 down. Let's take a look at our lineup. In that cleanup spot, a key piece for this club, Nick York.
And Boog, he's a fun at bat to watch. I mean, definitely a threat whenever he's got that bat in his hands. But for me, it's all about the mechanics. They're so sound. And when he gets his foot down on time and starts his swing, so much consistency, that bat stays in the zone for a long time, and he squares up the baseball a lot.
1 out, bases empty. In the air to left, down the line. Makes the grab. That's out number 2.
Well, those can be pretty fun as an outfielder. Got to put it into his highest gear and go a long way to track that one down. Nothing better than that. You feel like a wide receiver playing football.
Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. And that is the third out of the inning. Scoreless after one. Back at Target Field, second inning set to go. And here is number 5. Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. That's back. And it's gone. His 13th home run of the season. It's 1-0.
Those are the at-bats that leave pitchers exhausted. He had to throw a lot of pitches and still gave up the long ball. That's a bad combo. Looks like this guy was looking out over the plate, but he was ready to turn on the inside fastball. So direct to the pitch. Absolutely blasted out of this ballpark.
Here's the center fielder.
That's a ball.
Always exciting to see a leadoff home run in an inning. Kind of gets the offense fired up, and you start to expect a big inning.
Nobody on, nobody out with a run in here in the third and final game of the series. In the air, pretty deep out to center field. Ciani gets under it, and there's one away.
It's a good recovery, though, after giving up the home run. Not allowing it to stay in the head, but going to work at the next hitter, and a tough one at that.
Now it's the right fielder, James Cannon. And that one fouled off. And that's downstairs. And the count is even, 2-2.
3-2.
One out, base is empty, and a run in here at the top of the second. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Toughest pitch to hit. Fastball on the outer black. Man, sometimes you just got to tip your cap.
2 outs, base is empty. And next is the designated hitter, JT Vernon. And now 2-1. Two down, base is empty, but 1 run across here in the rubber match of this 3-game series. Ground ball up the middle. Johnson in plenty of time to first, and that is the inning. But they're off to a good start as they pick up a run on this solo shot. It's now 1-0. It's Major League Baseball, and it's on the show. And we're back. Here's the left fielder, Nick York.
He's got pop, which is a little sneaky because he's so comfortable with taking his base hits to the opposite field, but he can jump you if you make a mistake.
Here's a 1-2. Now one missed.
2 strikes.
Mike Fillmore, our plate umpire. Very consistent with his zone, Chris. Gets a lot of praise for that.
He does, Boog, and I think that with any umpire, you really just want them to be consistent. Fillmore's a guy that does a good job back there in that way, so people around the league really appreciate his consistency.
Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Boog, he just ran out of patience there. He took a couple of pitches to even that count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes, but that time chased outside the zone.
Termarr Johnson, the next to hit. 1 down, base is empty. On the ground to third. And that's a fair ball.
Batting
Just found a way to slap that ball down the third baseline. That's really excellent bat control, and it kind of goes back to all those drills you see hitters do off the tee where it's placed in different spots. That was just nice.
One down, and stepping in is the speedy Connor Griffin. Next offering is in for a strike. White throws to first, and he dives back in safely. Tying run is at first. Bottom half of inning number 2. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. That misses the zone. Full count now. Popped up. McAdoo hauls it in for the out. And there's 2 away.
Batting 7, the catcher, Omar Alfonso.
And the batter now, Omar Alfonso. And strike 2.
Sometimes a hitter will go up there and guess, and it's not just pulling something out of the sky, but expecting because of tendencies a certain pitch in a certain location. He just guessed wrong.
2-2 the count.
Johnson, the runner at first with 2 gone. And that one is lifted in the air. Sizes this one up. He's there. He's got it. And that's the inning. We played 2 innings. It's 1-0. Welcome back. Let's take a look at how the series has played out so far.
Javier Sonoma.
Swing and a miss as he was late that time.
Threw that fastball right by him, slightly elevated. That's a confidence boost for this guy out there on the mound. See if he continues to climb the ladder.
That one ripped way back there. Gone way up into the upper deck. Into the second deck it goes, and they add on. It's 2-0. He absolutely crushed that one.
No doubt about that one, Boog. We knew it wasn't coming back. Changeup up in the zone is a hitter's dream. It's a BP fastball, but you're playing in real time. Most times, the pitcher's asking for a new baseball, just like right there.
Stepping in, Gage Allen. The 1-1 is fouled off. A little bit low.
Ball 2.
Line drive, base hit. Just kind of sliced that one into center. So the batting order turns over. Now the third baseman, Joe Getz. Next one misses. And now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Maybe a 2-ball. 5, 4, out, 3, and they turn the double play.
Oh, man, what a smooth double play. That was a thing of beauty from start to finish.
Now it's the shortstop. 2 outs. Well, Chris, through the early stages, he hasn't been very efficient in terms of the pitch count. He's going to need to get some quick outs if he's going to get deeper into this game. It is interesting, though, when you consider the way the game is run now. Doesn't even matter that much if your starter doesn't go that deep, because teams are really aggressively building their bullpens. Well struck left field. And in one hops the wall. Around first, heading for 2. He's there. It's a 2-out double.
The left field, number 1, DJ Morlander.
So, runner at second, 2 down. Now the left fielder. And that is out of play. Two outs and 1 in scoring position. Hit hard on the ground is short. Whips it to first. That ends the inning and stops things from getting out of hand. But the solo shot stretches their lead even further. And it's 2-zip. It's Major League Baseball on the show. And welcome back to the ballpark. Here's the third baseman, Johnny Severino. And that misses. 2-1. That one ripped, but foul. And the righty deals. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Swing and a miss at the splitter, and it's a strikeout.
That's about as nasty of a splitter as you'll come across, especially in terms of movement. I mean, that thing tumbles out of his hand and just drops off the table at the last moment. If he keeps it down, it's just so tough to put wood on.
So up next, Joe Brandom. On the ground to third. Sends it to first. And 2 straight set down to begin the bottom of the third.
Now batting, center fielder, Michael.
Now batting, Michael Ciani.
Boog, this guy's just a tremendously talented center fielder. Gold Glove caliber type out there. Offensively, he can do some things, but also has some streakiness as well. I think the key is just trying to find a...
Slings to first. 3 up, 3 down, inning over. Back in Minnesota, John Sciambi with Chris Singleton, and set to lead off the fourth, number 5. Missed with a changeup, and it's 2-1.
Well, these players showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. They're doing a good job of working the pitch count, and they've been able to push a couple of runs across to score as well.
Throws to first. That's the first out in the top of the fourth.
Good fade and sinking action of that changeup got that hitter to roll over.
And now the center fielder. Base is empty, 1 away. Top half of inning number 4. Breaking ball inside. 2-1. Just missed.
He hasn't fallen behind in the count like this all day. He's in danger of walking his first batter right here.
Hit on the ground up the middle. That's a base hit. So a man aboard now with one away.
Now batting, right fielder.
Now it's the switch hitting outfielder, James Cannon. Runner on the go. The 1-1 is fouled off. Harrington checks on first, and he's back in safely. And a foul ball, he stays alive. Here's the pitch. Runner goes again. This one in the dirt. And there's no throw. He's in there at second with a stolen base. And now a man into scoring position. Hit on the ground to the right side. Can't glove it cleanly. And they'll have runners at the corners after a 1-out single. JT Vernon now at the plate. Swings through that one for strike 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Line drive. Fair ball. Runner from third comes across. It's an RBI single. It's 3-zip. Not in time. He's safe.
Still able to come through behind in the count right there. Nice line drive to the pull side. Met it out front, but just stayed through it nice enough and ripped it into the outfield.
Runners at the corners here. 1 away. Now it's the second baseman, Javier Sinoja. Swing and a ground ball base hit right field. Runner in from third to extend their lead. It's an RBI single, and they lead by 4. To third, tag, got him.
That's heads-up play right there. The outfielder knowing he has no shot at the runner at home, so comes up trying to cut that runner off at third and does a really nice job. Got to appreciate that.
So digging in, Gage Allen. Runner on the move. Pitch misses. Safe at second, and that was not close.
Well, I'm sure that steal will raise a couple of eyebrows because of this big lead, but I think it's more respect for their opponent, knowing that they've got to continue to add on if they're going to win this game. Don't take it as an offense. Take it as a sign of respect.
Swing and a ground ball out to short. Over to first. That ends the inning, and they limit the damage. They put 2 on the board on 4 hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. And midway in the 4th, the Wolverines with the lead 4-0. Bottom of the 4th, and now the right fielder, Will Benson. And that one hit to first. And he takes it himself for the out.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
So now the DH spot, Robbie Grant. 1 down, base is empty. And that one is downstairs. And that's ball 3. And that's ball 4. Tried another splitter, but missed the spot.
Well, that's a really good take right there, and that's just mentally prepared, knowing that if it's not on a tee, you're going to take that pitch because you still have one more strike to work with. Not easy to lay off, but he did an excellent job in that plate appearance.
Just missed.
2 balls,
Man at first,
1
one
strike.
away. That one fouled off. 2-2.
3-2.
In the dirt, blocked. And a swing and a miss. Down on strikes. That K is his 3rd of the game.
Well, Boog, it becomes pretty difficult as a teammate when a guy's struggling like this. You don't know if you want to go up and tell him to keep swinging it or if you want to give him his space, what exactly he needs. But right now, it's clearly a struggle for him, and you're just hoping that somehow, some way it'll click, and he can get out of this as quickly as possible.
On the ground to the left, and it goes just foul.
Great RBI spot here. Just got to stay focused on the pitch. The runner will be in motion, so something in the gap should definitely score it.
Cut on and missed, and it's a strikeout, and that is the inning.
Now pitching.
We're back, and there's a new arm on the mound to start the 5th. Number 79. He last pitched 2 days ago. Joe Getz getting ready to hit. Singy, he's a guy that covers both sides of the plate about as well as anyone in the sport. How difficult is that to do?
Well, just look at the back of my bubblegum card. You'll see how hard it is. These guys are great, man. They have the ability to look out there, but also to be able to turn on the inside pitch. Those that can really sharpen things on the outer half, those are the ones that become elite.
The next offering misses, and now it's filled up 3-2. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Got him looking for the K. That was pretty nasty.
Tremendous job of bringing that ball back over the plate. He gets just enough of it to get the call. And tell you what, as a hitter, it starts out of the zone. It looks really far away. And for it to catch the outside corner, you just have to tip your cap to the pitcher.
And the batter will be the shortstop. Late that time, and it's strike 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
One down, base is empty. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Very strong coming out of the pen so far as he punches out the first 2 batters he's faced in this one, getting straight to work. Man, it's talked about a lot, but relievers are just so electric these days. These aren't fun at bats if you're a hitter, and I'm so glad I'm retired.
Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts. Bottom of the inning. Here's the shortstop at the plate, Connor Griffin. Swing and a miss. Activity in the bullpen. Jake Latz, a lefty, looks to be getting himself ready. Kranick also getting ready. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Now 5 strikeouts for him on the mound.
Now batting. Catcher.
Here's the catcher to hit, Omar Alfonso. Fought off foul. Next
2
one
balls,
in the
2
dirt.
strikes.
And that's in the
3 and
dirt.
2.
And they'll do it again. Now fly ball to right center. Brings it in. And there are 2 down.
Now batting, third baseman, Johnny.
2 down, base is empty. Now the third baseman, Johnny Severino. 2 down, nobody on. Last half of inning number 5.
Now this offense has just been locked down. Almost 5 full innings of shutout baseball.
And that one is in the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Count is 3 and 2.
And that wasn't even close. Ball 4.
Well, a breaking ball in that 3-2 count kind of tells you that that's the pitch he has the most confidence in right now. Just couldn't find the strike zone.
Here comes the manager out of the dugout, and he'll make a move for the bullpen. Thomas White is done. Just 1 hit allowed. He was excellent. And we'll have the new pitcher for you when we get back after a quick break.
Now pitching.
Jake Latz into the game.
Not having a lot of success against right-handed hitters. They've been hitting them around, so this next matchup might be tough for him.
Two outs, runner at first. And now the first baseman, Joe Brandom. Severino off of first with 2 away. Swings and misses. And a count 1 and 2.
Ball, 2 strikes.
On the ground, right side. He steps on the bag. Inning over on the ground out. Took just 2 pitches to finish the frame out of the bullpen. Back at the ballpark. And in this series, it has been ugly on the mound as we look at the numbers. And that's in for a strike.
We got full count.
This one popped up. Under it. And there's 1 down.
That was a good hard fastball with some nice ride up in the zone right there. Hitter looked like he was on it, but I think that velocity at the end just beat him. Instead of a line drive or something hit deep, it's a pop up and an easy out for the defense.
The 1-1 is fouled off. And that one
That's off
missing
the plate.
inside
Ball 2.
a sharp slider. Base is empty, 1 away, and we're in the top half of the 6th. And a swing and a miss. Make it 4 strikeouts for him on the bump today.
He's locked in at the plate when he's using the whole field. He was out in front there. Just needs to let the ball travel a little more, and his timing will be back on track. Good pitch for the strikeout.
That one at
That's ball
95 missed up top, and a count 2-1. Late on that fastball.
It might be time to choke up a little bit, get that front foot down early, maybe even just spread out. He's really late right now.
And down on strikes he goes. And it's a 3-up, 3-down inning. Offense held in check there. On to the bottom of inning number 6. The Wolverines out front here, 4-0. And we're back. Here's the center fielder, Michael Ciani. You talk about elite defensive players, especially in the middle of the diamond, and this guy is at the top of the list. The 2-2 on the way. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. 1 away.
Typically that high fastball, if it's close to the top of the strike zone, a hitter, if he's prepared for it, can get to it. But that one just had that little jump at the end, which indicates there's a good spin rate on it, and it didn't decrease in velocity as that hitter's internal clock would expect it to, and that's why you see the swing and miss.
1 down, base is empty.
Oh, that's inside.
Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Nabil Krismat preparing to come on if needed. And there's a ball. And now the count filled up 3-2.
The count is full.
Headed towards the corner. And a foul ball.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Gets a piece and stays alive.
Also really good at bat. What I like about this guy, his bat stays in the zone for a long time. Gives him the ability to foul off tough pitches.
Inside ball 4. It wasn't easy, but he earned that walk after a long at bat.
Well, that's a nice job of grinding out that at bat. Saw a lot of pitches and ends up drawing the walk. Very gritty.
So a man at first. And now here is Robbie Grant.
Now this team is definitely looking for a big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that gap. But, you know, at the very least, if you could find a way to manufacture that run from first, it feels like it's really important to getting back into this ball game.
Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2. Benson at first, 1 gone. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
Just indecisive in that at bat. He couldn't commit to the slider. Tried to sit in between. Just not able to put the bat on the ball.
And next will be the cleanup hitter, Nick York. Here goes the runner. Pitching for a strike. And safe. It's a stolen base. Siggy, he definitely showed off the wheels there.
Yeah, and it turned out to be a bang-bang play. StatCast gives us the data, and that stolen base wasn't possible without that sprint speed.
Runner at second, 2 down. Swings and misses, struck him out. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league.
JT Burnett.
Nope, foul ball.
That misses the zone. The count now 2-2. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Nice. Doubled up with the slider for that punch out. The one before just caught the zone. So as a hitter, you have to protect right there. Great pitch to just expand a little bit more. He got that chase he was looking for. That right there is good pitching.
Here's the second baseman, Javier Sanoja. He blasted one out earlier in the third.
Just a solo home run, but an important swing of the bat in this game. We've already seen him do it once. Can he do it again?
One down, base is empty. That's down and in. Ripped to short. Tosses across to first. And 2 away to start the 7th.
Now batting, catcher Gage Allen.
2 outs, base is empty. Gage Allen digs in now. 2 outs, base is empty. The 1-1 is fouled off.
I wouldn't say the game's close right now, but it's not out of reach either. I mean, these pitchers really need to put up a 0 on the board just to maintain a little hope.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Picks up strikeout number 7. Back at Target Field, ready to go for the last half of the inning. Now it's the second baseman, Termarr Johnson. Swing and a miss. 2-2.
2-2 the count.
Battling here as he fouls it away. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. Fouls that off to the left, and we'll do it again. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Connor Griffin will hit next. Sing, you talk about a guy that has all the skills. The range is really good, but the arm just stands out, and he makes all the plays. Not close with that one. Now 2 balls and a strike.
And because of that big power arm, he's able to play a little bit deeper, make throws from the outfield grass all the way across the diamond, and still get a pretty good runner. That's impressive.
Fires over to first. 2 up, 2 down.
Now batting, the catcher, Omar Alfonso.
2 down, base is empty. At the plate, Omar Alfonso. 2 down, nobody on. Here, the bottom of the 7th. Popped up, middle of the diamond. Hicks makes the catch, inning over.
Now pitching.
Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Sean Reynolds on for the 30th time this year. So digging in, Joe Getz.
The third baseman, Joe Getz.
And now 2-2.
He got away with one there, but he knows he can't go into that spot very often against a guy like this.
Got him swinging for the strikeout. Chased the fastball up the ladder for strike 3.
Third time he struck out in this one, and definitely an individual performance you want to flush. He just hasn't looked very comfortable up there. Just one of those days. But when you're still winning the ball game, at least you can focus on doing your part to maintain that lead and getting that W.
Swing and a miss. Chased it out of the zone.
Clearly he was sitting on a fastball right there and just ended up out in front of the slider. Hey, you can't fault him for his commitment. Now he's just going to have to battle with 2 strikes.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Coming out of the bullpen throwing beatings. Here's the left fielder. Swing and a miss. 98 on the gun.
Wow, good luck catching up to that one.
Inside, just missed.
Boog, he never moved because he never had time to. But that kind of velocity, you'd prefer that pitcher work away.
On the ground, and that's just foul. Back up the middle and a base hit. Takes the turn. He's digging for second. To second, pulls him off the bag.
He was all over that one. You'll often hear the phrase short to it and long through it, and that's a great example of it right there. Got the barrel in the hitting zone early, squared it up with the well-timed swing, and came away with a beautiful line drive into center field.
And here's the first baseman, number 5. He launched a solo shot back in the second inning of this one.
Yeah, that was big for these guys early on. Definitely helped them get off onto the right foot.
And a big swing and a miss.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
The 1-2. That's down and in. A slider missed.
Good slider down and in can be so hard to get on plane with. You're better off taking that pitch.
.99 miles per hour to finish him off.
Now pitching.
Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th, Nabil Krismat.
Well, he's been a really tough guy to take deep this season. You usually have to string some hits together in order to get to him.
Johnny Severino now at the plate. The Reds in striking distance, but have some work to do.
Boog, it starts with the leadoff man. I need a good at-bat out of him right here.
Swing and a miss. And the count
1 ball,
1-2.
2
Well,
strikes.
no base hits in the series for him so far, and it's clearly been a rough one. You just hope he's not pressing too hard because that just compounds things. It makes the slump even longer. Never seems to help. Never helped me.
He goes down looking. And now the first baseman, Joe Random. One down, base is empty. And now 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Swings through it for the K. Couldn't catch up to the heater.
Now batting. Center
2
fielder.
outs, base is empty. And now the center fielder, Michael Ciani. Swing and a line drive. That's a base hit into center field. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive. Now the number 2 hitter, Will Benson. Next pitch is outside. Swings through that one out in front that time.
Well, when those hitters count, sometimes can be a little too aggressive, and a good pitcher will play off of that. He's got to get a better pitch to hit.
On the ground, right side, Sanoha. They get the force, bang, bang play, and the inning is over. We're back. It's the top of the ninth, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Mason Engler.
And if you dig into his walk rate, his numbers are really impressive. He's really filled up the strike zone this season, so these batters better be ready to swing the bats.
Here's the center fielder.
For Michigan, the center fielder, Andrew Hinchard.
The 1-2. Goes down looking. Now it's the right fielder, James Cannon. Great speed and great power. A great athlete, quite simply. Here's a 1-1. Swings over the top of that one.
That was like Mike Trout. You figure whatever you put in his hand, whether it's a bat, whether it's a golf club, whether it's a basketball, he can do it and get it done. And a rare talent, so much fun to watch.
Takes it to the bag, steps on first, and it's out number 2.
Now back, the designated hitter, JT Vernon.
So now here's the DH, JT Vernon. That's the third, and that chance handled. Throws across the diamond, and that is that. Back now as they hand the ball to a fresh arm to start the bottom of the ninth, Max Kranick.
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
3, 4, 5 due up for the home team. And now the DH, Robbie Grant. Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
That one not close. Now 2-2. Breaking ball misses down and away. That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
Almost a coin flip for the umpire in that call, but most umpires just don't want to give pitchers a break up in the zone like that.
So man aboard, Nick York, the next to hit. On the ground, 2 ball, and he can't come up with it. They get 1 to first, not in time. Great effort there.
Well, that was clearly a double play ball, but the bobble unfortunately prevented him from being able to get 2. But a good job to stay with it and make sure you got at least 1.
He's 2 outs away. Here's the second baseman, Termarr Johnson. And that one hammered back there. And that's a home run into the upper deck. He sends it into the second deck. His 9th homer of the year. It's 4-2. They needed that one, Singy.
Indeed they did. They've been fighting to get back into this game, and just like that, they're back in it. High velocity up and in is just such a difficult location for the hitter, but this time he pulls the hands tight to the body, gets through this pitch. What conviction in that swing. Awesome job at the plate.
Manager out of the dugout now, and it looks like we'll see a change on the mound. Max Kranick won't go any further. 2-run ball game as he heads for the dugout, and we'll be back with a new pitcher. So they turn to their closer, Kenny Powers.
And he's been racking up strikeouts at a high rate this year, typically at least one an inning, so he'll be tough to get to.
Here in the bottom of the ninth, 1 out. Griffin digs in now. Yeah, the 2-1 hammered but foul. And that just misses. Got him looking for the strikeout. And they're down to their last out.
Well, just excellent location on that inside fastball. Really locked him up. And as a hitter, it's not typically what you're looking for. You're trying to protect away and then in, so you can be a little bit tardy with 2 strikes. Hard to tell if he was fooled or if he thought it would be called a ball, but either way, that's a really nice pitch.
So it's their last chance in this one. Omar Alfonso will hit next. Lifted to left, and that should do it. And that is the ball game.
Sometimes road trips can be tough. You're away from your family, but when you can win, silence that opposing crowd, it makes things just a little bit better, makes the road trip just a little bit shorter.
And your final 4-2 for Chris Singleton and our entire crew. I'm John Shambi saying so long.